You may go first, and we'll work this way. Mr. Peters.
How great is that? I look forward to this every hearing. So this wouldn't happen in every committee, by the way. Thank you, Mr. Ranking Member. Thank you, Secretary Schulkin, for coming to see us. And in San Diego, as you know, we have I think over 230,000 veterans in our county, which is a rich population and a terrific resource for us. We have a lot of issues like fixing the appeals process, which we're really happy with the progress on that, addressing some schedule issues, getting the right medical staff at the VA, fixing the IT system, trying to reconcile the Department of Defense system with the veteran system. I wanted to ask a question, though, about homelessness, because San Diego, I think, has the 5th largest population of homeless people in absolute numbers, and because of the nature of our population, so many of them are veterans. And as I think I mentioned to you yesterday, I'm pleased to see the support for vouchers going forward. We have 2 issues in San Diego, where one is we have very, very high rents, and so it's hard for us to get the same bang for our buck as other communities for the vouchers. And let me introduce, you could address that a little bit, but really the other side of this is because all the effects for veterans aren't on this budget, and in particular the Housing and Urban Development budget has been hammered. And the proposal is really to cut a lot of the support for homelessness. So while we see generally support, maybe even a little more support directly in the Veterans Affairs budget, I'm concerned we're going to be playing whack-a-mole because of what's happening in the HUD budget. Can you address that? And how can we be assured that the rug's not really going to be taken out from underneath veterans on homelessness?
Well, thank you for raising this as an issue. This is extremely important for us, and this is an area that we know that we're doing the right thing, that we're making progress on. We've reduced veterans' homelessness since 2010 by 46%. Last year, we had the biggest impact ever, a 17% reduction in veterans' homelessness, and we continue to see community after community declare an end to chronic veteran homelessness. But there are parts of the country, California in particular, that continue to hold the majority of the issues. San Diego is a big area. LA, of course, is even bigger. This budget for VA not only continues to allow us to make the type of progress we did last year, but it actually adds $605 million more to allow us to accelerate our progress, and we're going to continue to do that. I think you're right. Many of the things that we do in VA requires interagency cooperation. HUD has been a terrific partner for us, and of course we are concerned if they're going to be able to continue that. While I can't speak for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, I have reached out to Secretary Carson, and I've expressed my concern as well. He has assured me that he remains committed to being the type of partner that HUD has in the past, that he understands that veterans are a very important part of the community and important to the American people. So I expect that we will see that same type of commitment that we have in the past from HUD.
Well, again, I appreciate you reaching out to him, and
Yep.
Obviously we're happy to hear that. We'll need to hear from him
Yep.
also, and I think, frankly, if the budget proceeds for HUD the way it is, he's going to be pretty constrained. The other off-budget thing I'd mention, too, is with respect to IT, we really ought to coordinate with the Department of Defense. They got a nice boost in the proposed budget. I think many of us think that that's appropriate. I served on armed services for my first 2 terms. But the glaring mismatch between the two systems, a young person enlists when they're 18, and there's no reason why they can't continue on with the same in the same continuum of system all the way till ultimately they pass away. And finally, I wanted to mention on the cemeteries. Mr. Walls mentioned how terrific that is. I just want to thank personally your staff for that open house we did at Miramar National Cemetery this past weekend. We are trying to let people know that Rosecrans is full. Obviously, that's one of the jewels of the system. We have a beautiful facility at Miramar, and I want to thank Brad Phillips and Rex Kern of your staff for helping us introduce that to the veteran community in San Diego, and we look forward to working with you on these and other issues throughout the year.
Thank you for all those comments. First of all, our cemetery doesn't get get the recognition that it deserves. So thank you for doing that. And as we approach Memorial Day, these are terrific places that have great ceremonies planned to honor those who have passed away and have served the country. So thank you for mentioning that, and we'll make sure that they hear your acknowledgement of their appreciation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, gentlemen.